Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Acer CyberGamer Premier League. If you are just joining us, Chiefs taking the first map against their opponent's pick of Legacy on Cobblestone. We're now here on map number 2. I'm your host V Deadline, and I'm here with my co-caster, Nutters. Nutters, how are you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm looking forward to the last map of the night.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be an absolute cracker. As we know, Chiefs picking up their opponent's pick, and now perhaps we can see the same thing being shown here from Legacy.
Well, I'd like to think that they may be able to do this, but I do think Chiefs is just such a strong team on Nuke that they may be able to just walk over them, especially when you just, I suppose, destroy Legacy's morale by beating them on their own map.
Yeah, you're certainly right, and Chiefs having quite a long, tenure on this map, of course, going up against many North American teams in the ESC League, especially Echo Fox, in which they almost took away the victory, and we've seen it before as well in the CGP Fight for Invite, and just recently we saw a couple of Nuke maps on ESCA, so you can tell they're well versed on this map, and it's really going to be an uphill struggle here for Legacy, as, I mean, really, Nuke being their opponent's pick and losing your own first pick, I mean, we know this league's important, but that's going to be one hell of a fight.
Oh, they've really got to come out fighting. They need to bring something into this game. It has to be amazing. Anything less, and this is easily going to the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're certainly right. And for those of you who are just tuning in, just to put a little bit of context into this tournament, of course, this is the Acer CyberGamer Premier League, in which $16,000 on the line here for every team competing. First couple of matches here tonight. LAN finals, of course, for these top teams, in which will be hosted at CyberGamer's very own studios in the heart of Adelaide, in which we will be seeing some of our best teams battle it out to each other, and that is why these first matches come of such great importance. I mean, you want to get off to an early start, and you can tell Chiefs doing a fantastic job of that.
Yes, Legacy really needs something here. I'm looking forward to seeing how this map goes down. And, well, I'd like to say that Chiefs will win this.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, very difficult stuff for Legacy, of course. They have had a little bit of experience on Nuke, but definitely not the most. I mean, they're permaban of Train, I believe. This is why this, two map series format is so important, to have such a deep map pool in which, you can ban your most hated map, but at the end of the day, you still have to play on one of your opponent's strongest, and that's why Chiefs here are in a really good position to take away this victory, especially after coming off such a strong Cobblestone performance. I'm sure we're mere minutes away from starting here, ladies and gentlemen, but stick with us as we soon to get into this match. Of course, knife round coming into the sides now. Nutters, if you were to win the knife round here, please tell me, what sort of side would you be preferring?
Definitely CT side.
Yep.
That's generally the pick I've seen on Nuke. Then again, depending on who wins it, as I said before, like Chiefs trying to mess around with Legacy and beating them on their own map. Depending on how this knife round goes, we could easily see a T-side pick coming out and some mind games played.
Yeah, Chiefs loves to play those mind games, and perhaps going for the counterintuitive pick in T-side, but no, I'm with you on this one in terms of taking that CT side, especially when all players are firing from just about every cylinder in this matchup. Gots getting away with the first pick there, and Legacy is shaping up to be a good knife round, but as I say that, Malta, Dioxide, 1 versus 1, the two stars of this series, really, and it looks as though Malta will get the 4th frag. I don't know if that's a indicator of how he'll perform in this match, but nevertheless, knife round for Chiefs, and it looks as though they will stick to that CT side. What is your first opinions coming into this, Nutters?
I think that's what Chiefs wanted, obviously. Taking out the knife round, as I expected, they took the CT side. Should be quite nice. I'd like to say that they get a good few rounds on the board here.
Yep.
And worst case scenario, they're not going into the half at 8-7. I'd like to see them taking it out 9-6, if not 10-5, at the very least.
Yeah, that is certainly what you want to be seeing early on this second map. Malta going for the Molotov as well as a flashbang. A little bit of utility on Gotzelov, of course, too. I'm very interested to see how Gotzelov decides to use this utility. Both players coming onto that marshmallow or silo location, and no frags being done just yet, but Legacy getting quite a lot of map control.
Yeah, and Alistair with a lovely one-tap picks up one. Tux takes out Matt, and now Dioxide, goes down to Alistair. Spikes has managed to trade out Tux. It's now a 4-on-1. Spikes, the last man remaining, and is going to be trying to come through the hut and see what he can do. But he is on all sides surrounded.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely incredibly difficult for Spikes, as Alistair picks up that third frag. That's 3 for him in this round, and this is why it was so important that you know, Legacy got off to a good start, because you can just tell Chiefs are carrying that momentum, carrying that confidence from Cobblestone. And I mean, with all these players having such an extensive history, and especially having such amazing performances of recent, especially from Alistair on Nuke, I mean, it's a really scary prospect to see, especially early on, just so early into this Nuke match.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, we do obviously see a few picks coming out here. I'd like to see some early damage done with these SMGs, but for the moment, Alistair's actually going to be holding this lovely tight angle.
Yeah, definitely, and he needs to be careful what he does, because those pistols do have the one-shot headshot capacity at such close ranges. Legacy got quite a lot of outside control, which Chiefs normally do a good job of retaining, but as I say that, here comes the attack.
Yeah, Dioxide actually getting above Lightstep there, picking up that first frag. Kind of baited him out there, and that will be the bomb down as well. So whether the Chiefs decide to push on this, not too sure. The bomb is obviously down in the main area, so Doug's actually expecting a play up into heaven here, so this just might work out for him, as Matt does come around on the railings. The Oxide coming from underneath has spotted him out, gets the shots off, takes out Tux. Lovely shooting from the Oxide here. Got's now going to push up here, pick up that weapon, and get an advantage.
This is exactly the start you need for Legacy, especially being on just pistols. Alistair here with the MP9. Gets the frag onto Dizzy, so that's a great start. Got's returning well with a Deagle frag of his own. Just missing the frag onto 10 seconds. Counting down now, so time really against them as Malta just gets that final frag, and really, that's a concluded round here for Chiefs.
That's it. Matt will be backing out with that UMP, just trying to keep himself alive. Do not blame him for that. The bomb did not go down, so not the best position for them. Don't expect to see too much. Maybe a couple of upgraded pistols for Legacy. Yeah, we do see a Deagle come out onto Dizzy, but that's about it for these boys.
Yeah, I
3
mean,
M4s and those 2 UMPs are on Chiefs, so should be quick cleanup crew.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it wasn't the most comfortable of victories there for Chiefs. I mean, just only having 2 left alive there, but really, it all just depends on how this round pans out, in which we need to see as many players alive here for Chiefs if they want to get away with a strong victory. And on the other hand, or contrastly, we want to see lots of picks from Legacy. So, first pick there going to Inns, and already so early on in this round, it looks as though Chiefs are getting away with it.
Yeah, and Matt still trying to push towards this ramp area, and Tux just holding that angle to keep him entirely out of sight as best he can. Now Matt pushing through will get taken out straight away. That is the UMP basically handed back over. And now, we spotted out Dizzy. Does get the shots, lovely from Lightstep. And now a 5-on-2 advantage, most definitely with Chiefs.
Yeah, and this is the issue with outside control as a terrorist with no economy, as Lightstep just peppers away on his UMP and just has a bit of a shooting gallery, as there's not much to respond with having such low economy though. Legacy deciding to buy into this round. Matt CD with an armor and a Deagle of all things, but 4 AKs and practically full utility for Legacy here as we head into the 4th round. First gun round for both teams, and really, it's the most important of them.
Yes, they are obviously 3 rounds down. This rifle round does mean a lot for them. The push actually coming straight in here. Spike picking up Alistair. Got's taking out Malta. Tux managing to trade spikes back, but they still have that one-man disadvantage at the moment. The bomb will be going down, and this is the first plant for Legacy in this match. They do have these 4 AKs still up now, and only losing really very little so far. Ins will go down to Matt. Took from Lightstep, the last 2 players remaining. Lightstep actually able to pick up Matt now, and coming in behind Dizzy. He gets the hit, but he does get taken out in the end. Dioxide now will be sitting on the site. Took's the last player remaining.
Yeah, and I think he was just about to hightail out of there, but to sort of give some context into that round, I mean, Legacy really changing up the pace on that attack. I mean, just flying straight out of Squeaky, straight out of Hut, and just showing absolutely no care in the world. And to be honest, it's paid off here for them as they pick up their first round of 4.
Yeah, they've picked up their first. Still enough in the economy for Chiefs to continue here. Possibly only going to see an SMG out on Ins as he doesn't have much for that and utility. Instead, he does go for just the Kevlar and the M4, so not a bad choice. 5 AKs up for Legacy, and maybe they just need to rush these CTs every time.
Yeah, I mean, if it can work once, why can't it work again, am I right? So, although counter Molotovs are being shown here from Chiefs, so good adaptation for them, however. A bit of control being shown here from Legacy. Nothing outside of it, interestingly enough, so although I think a lobby push will be on the cards here, Nutters.
Yeah, Spike still going to take out Alice there. Malta trades out Dizzy, and then Dioxide taking out Malta himself. The bomb will be going down. It does go down, and now Tux, Ins, and Lightsteps with it on their shoulders. Spikes and Gots both tagged down to 11 and 12, so not the best position for them. Will be slightly more difficult to hold the site should they go down. Shots go through the smoke from Ins, not picking up anybody. And whether these CTs are just deciding to save, that they are.
Yeah, so, I mean, Legacy once again going for that fast A main push, and it's quite frustrating to see, especially for Chiefs. I mean, at least they're getting all this damage. You can see Gots, Spikes being so low on health, and yet Legacy are still pulling away with these wins. So, Chiefs on the bit of the back foot here in terms of, you know, economy and rounds, but nevertheless, saving those 3 weapons might be enough to get them back into this. Legacy doing quite a good job of generally just saving weapons and getting round wins, and that's exactly what you want to be doing, especially so early on into this map. Round number 6 on the board here for both teams. Let's see how it pans out.
Yeah, looks like they're playing a little bit more outside this time round. Dioxide getting up on top of the silo, trying to keep his eyes into the garage area, but nothing to spot out just yet. There is obviously Tux sitting in the back of the garage, but that is about it for these CTs. Yeah. They're making their way down into Secret at the moment, so quite easily outplay these CTs as nobody's really played around that area yet.
Yeah, Gott's just making his way down the secret location, but Lightstep is well aware of his location, and he's got a bit of an odd area to hold Norp. However, if you can get the frags, just about any weapon will work, and Lightstep getting aggressive here. He really does not care for a single thing in the world, and it's going to pay off here as he gets that pick onto Spikes, completely unsuspecting of his push. And now, 5 versus 3 here for Chiefs.
Yeah, Dioxide popping a couple of shots up towards that outside heaven and not really getting anything out of it. Lightstep able to back all the way out here now, not even taking that much damage. And now these Ts really have to make a play. They've only got 35 seconds to work with. Matt does manage to take out Lightstep, however. They may be able to play towards the ramp. Dizzy takes out Walter. That's the trades that they need. Matt takes out Ins, and now from a 5 on... Oh, Alistair picking one more, bringing it to a 2 on 2. Oh, from a 5 on 3 to a 2 on 2.
Yeah, we might just be seeing it here. However, the clock is ticking, and look at Tux absolutely being an absolute assassin there, and he's done so correctly as he's really just wasted the clock down, and now Matt CD has no choice but to save here.
Yeah, he has managed to pick up that up. Will save that into the next round. Needed that to keep them in this, really. Chiefs do take that round out. He doesn't get any money bonus either, so that's probably the key for him right there. He has that up in his hands.
Yeah, and I think this is just a strong representation of why Chiefs have so much experience on this map, and perhaps why it's a little bit lackluster, at least for Legacy, in the sense that They get the early control, they get outside, but then it's all about the follow through, and unfortunately it's not quite showing through for them, at least by this 7th round in the map. However, Dioxide and his team will decide to go outside again. Now it's all about where they decide to go next, and make sure that whatever take they decide to do, just make sure it's coherent and executed properly.
Yeah, obviously the AWP not coming back up for Chiefs here. So they do need to figure out where they go with this. They don't have the advantage of Lightstep on that. I believe he's actually playing outside on the rafters, so could actually spot out Dioxide or Matt if they do push around.
Yeah, I like the positioning from Tux there as well. Being able to spot any players coming from the Annex location, and just like that, gets the pick onto Spikes, despite being smoked off. Now, 4 versus 5 situation in which Legacy really need to get going. Clock is counting.
Yeah, the clock is counting down yet again. 40 seconds left on it. They don't have control of the bomb. Dioxide gets flashed. Tux gets that. And you'd almost say this is over for Legacy. They do only have 35 seconds to play with, need this bomb, and they will have to go to this A side, as they don't have much control over anything else. Never mind! Matt does pick up Malta, and the bomb will be going down now. Lightstep is still outside. In's downstairs. And maybe the Chiefs will just look to save here.
I think they might just do so. It all depends on where they get this next pick, and with Inns getting that pick onto Matt CD, it may just be time to go here for Chiefs as Inns makes his way over. Dizzy will actually get the pick onto Lightstep, so now it's looking quite difficult here as Chiefs Inns picks up the pace. Tries to get this frag onto Gotts, not quite working out. Time's ticking down for him as he knows where both players are, but however, they're staying alive, and that's really what's needed here as Inns does get the frag, but soon enough the bomb will explode. Both players dying to the bomb there, and now Legacy finally picking up another round and merely being one round away from equalising.
Yeah, I suppose we saw this on Cobblestone towards that second half, just rounds going both ways every other round. Has, however, forced Chiefs down onto that eco. Still a partial, I suppose you used to call that a full buy for Legacy. They do have that full utility, so 2 UMPs, not the best, probably could have gone for AKs, but Tux will go down early. Inns picks up one. This will be quick, easy clean up. They know it. Chiefs go down, and the score's back to 4-all.
Yeah, an expected whitewash round there from Chiefs as they tried to push into the lobby, but Legacy were well aware of their plans and put an absolute stop to their pushes. Now, 4 rounds apiece for both teams here is, I mean, Chiefs putting the back foot really harshly here as they have to double eco. And now, if there's any chance to get right back into this game, it's right here, right now for Legacy.
Yes, it is. Dioxide does manage to take out Tux. Matt trading out as well, takes out Lightstep. And now these teams just pushing into Secret. LSA gets spotted out. Another one goes down. Malta, the last remaining CT. Never mind, Dioxide will take him out as well. And Legacy now taking the lead.
Yeah, I mean, we know this map to be slightly CT-sided, but now with like the recent additions and revamps of this map, there is a little bit of leniency for T-side. So with this score being 4-5, it's a little bit too early days to tell just quite yet. However, Legacy looking to pick up the pace on this A take, and I really do like what I see from here is Spikes pushes through into that A main location, misses his shots. However, Dizzy's there to save the day as Alistair trying to get that pick, misses his fires as Matt Cedar gets the frag, and now 3 versus 3.
Yeah, Lightstep picking that one up with the AUG, which you don't really see too much of in these competitive games, to be fair. Dioxide is going to tag up Matt yet again. Too much team damage going on tonight. Maybe the communication needs to step up just a little bit. Inns will go down to Dioxide in the end. Tux trying to push up into that CT heaven as well. But looks like Lightstep may just be backing out of this.
Yeah, another close round for Chiefs. I mean, just about every time I've seen Legacy go for this A bomb site, they've been on the brink of losing, and it's absolutely amazing to see from them just how close they can be from losing and yet still get away with the round wins. And that's a great showing of composure. I mean, it's not easy to you know, take such a long or such a deficit and then be able to come back. And now they lead from ahead now, and it's all up to Chiefs to see how they can get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, and like I said, obviously save that AUG, trying to buy up around it as best they can. Just some pistol, some armor. Obviously, full buyback out for Legacy, 4 AKs, sorry, that M4 that they did manage to pick up. And Lightstep actually playing right the way back, trying to catch someone as they go up onto that silo.
Yeah, this is a really good spot here for Lightstep. Using that range, popping shots through to the T, but Dioxide actually getting the frag of all things with that AK-47. Not a great start for Chiefs here, and really, Legacy just doing what they do best, and he needs to check his corners here, Dioxide, or else he's going to get a nasty surprise to the side of the head. And like just that happens, as Ins and Tux all chiming in with their own frags. All of a sudden, this is just turned on its absolute head, as now Matt CD, the final T remaining, has all to do. 3 versus 1 here, Nutters.
3 versus 1. I don't think he spotted out Malta here either. They do have the bomb, and I don't think the CT spotted that out one, so could still result in a plant. But Matt, getting up onto the roof, needs to figure out where he's going, whether he's saving, whether he's going to try and get this down.
Bit of an interesting smoke coming from Matt. I don't know if there's any sort of logic behind it. Perhaps, I mean, it will go down to the annex area, but look at where the CTs are, and Malta especially. I mean, he's gotten to that squeaky area, and he gets the frag. Easy done. That will be a 5th round for Chiefs, and it was actually looking a little bit scary for them early on in that round, in which Dioxide got the AK-47 frag, and yet Chiefs pull away with the victory. So it's rounds like that which really put your team back into this game.
Yes, it definitely has. Now, Chiefs have work to do here. They are obviously the round behind. They do have their full buy back, however. And now, going up against another full rifle round.
Yeah, smoke's outside, raining on in. Now, Legacy will get a free secret area, but it's all about what they do with it. I mean, Lightstep normally down in that secret location defends against it, but not this time, as someone's gotten away scot-free in there. And now, losing a lot of control here, Chiefs. They need to make sure they either get up a man advantage or they get back some control, perhaps in lobby.
Yep, now, damage not really being done. Malta only take down ever so slightly, but Spikes coming through does manage to pick up Ins, as they do now push down in. Spikes will get taken out by Lightstep. Lovely shot coming out there, and now work must be done.
Yeah, Lightstep doing a good job of recovering that round so far, but as I say that, Matt CD, absolutely diabolical or clinical performance right there with the headshot. Tux chiming in with the AUG as well. I mean, everyone just seems to love this weapon so far, but 3 versus 3 now. Looks as though the bomb will come down. Dizzy with a great AWP shot there, and now it might just be possible here.
Yeah, Chiefs really need to make something of this. They have lost that AWP, and it does look like going to be scouting around and seeing what they can do. He does get spotted out, and now Alistair, the last player, may decide whether he plays this or whether he just backs out.
And here's the troubling thing about Chiefs right now, is they just picked up the last round, and now, after fully buying into this one, they're just about to lose it. And we know on the Counter-Strike economy, this is really going to ride tough on them, and it looks as though Matt CD's on the case. Gets the frag onto Alistair, and now, I mean, I hate to say it, but we might just be seeing another double eco here from Chiefs.
Yeah, we will, and not looking the best for them at the moment. Only on Alistair, but he's the only person really, other than Lightstep, who going for that scout by, maybe trying to get some distance between himself and some of these Ts.
Yeah, I mean, close range or distance, it really probably doesn't matter at this point, as Legacy will group up, but all of a sudden, Alistair with a great deagle frag there onto Spikes. Dioxide trading it back, but they've got to be careful here. Dizzy gets the frag onto Lightstep, suspecting the flank, and rightly so, as Malta just gets away. Doesn't quite get the frag either. So now, Dizzy getting the hit onto the Tux now, and I mean, it looks as though it's leaning towards Legacy, but as I say that, Ins with a USPS frag, Gots and Dioxide in such low health, Malta in a fantastic spot here. It's such an irritating position, especially when you counter push up the stairs and look like that. Oh my goodness, Dizzy getting the flick onto Malta of all things, despite the advantage and disadvantages in which they both had.
Yeah, and all these players tagged up quite heavily. I mean, there's barely 50 HP on the side of Legacy together. So Chiefs do have that HP advantage, but they need to get the first shots off on these players to really do anything with it.
And here's the problem. I mean, look at Legacy. They've lost just about every bit of map controllers. They're on their own T-spawn roof. So with 25 seconds on the clock, this is going to be difficult. And you can just tell Tux gets that first frag. The nade will come in. That's touchdown for Dioxide. In's here in a 2 versus 1. And yet, this might just be possible. But, oh, he just misses out on the terrace there as he gets the frag, and now Inns is actually going to take that AWP and save. So, unsuspecting of Legacy's such low health there, and we actually, having the advantage of the spectator view there, that was actually closer than what we could ever expect.
Yes, most definitely. Now, Legacy will get this. The AWP obviously being saved by Inns there. We'll give them the half, I suppose. But Chiefs, as I said, I didn't actually expect them to lose this CT half.
Yeah, me neither. And I mean, they will lose the half in the sense that Legacy hits their 8th round. But I mean, I think. Oh, Dioxide dying to the bomb there, but nevertheless, Inns saving that AWP is really going to be imperative here, as Chiefs might actually force off the back of it. I'm not too sure. It looks as though just a couple pistols and that AWP, so not quite the buy that we expected. However, really interested to see how Inns capitalizes with such a such a damaging weapon.
Yeah, he needs to really do something with it. Try and hold his angles as best he can, while the rest of his team try and get some early frags, I suppose.
And that's exactly how you do it.
Yes, picks up that first one to Matt, and that is what they needed. But up against the 3 AKs still remaining, work is to be done. And shots actually coming out here. Oh, Lightstep not able to do any damage. Just throws out the flash, trying to get in there. Malta actually in behind these players still. Not much really coming out of it. Does take out Spikes. Gots trades him straight right there. And now Gots will take out Lightstep. And Alistair just trying to peek and get these digs. But Chiefs with the ascendancy.
This is turning into a nightmare for Legacy, as all they wanted to do was go outside, and now they've just been met with all these kind of counter-terrorists, and now 55 seconds on the clock. Gots in a bit of a tough spot here, as they all know where he is, and you can see Dizzy here with the bomb making his way down the ramp location. This pick here is important, and yet he's not quite able to pull it out. And now Alistair with that Deagle frag. Dizzy in quite a lot of trouble.
Yeah, now Dizzy has only 19 HP, did manage to get himself down, so they will get the bomb planted. There is no kits on Chiefs at the moment, though, so they do need to get down here and take him on as fast as possible.
Yeah, the problem is he's just opened up that squeaky door, and that's sort of indicated his positioning, and just like that, Alistair will actually get the frag, and now 6th round on the board for them on an eco of all things. So, I mean, we thought Legacy had a good start here, especially getting that 8th round and putting Chiefs on the eco, but now, I mean, just how Australian Counter-Strike goes, it's just about anyone's game.
Australian-style anti-eco. Yeah, most definitely. They've got pistols, you're almost guaranteed to lose.
Yeah, and now, I mean, both teams being able to buy, but it is the last round of the first half here. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Acer CyberGamer Premier League with a prize pool of over $16,000. So a lot on the line, as I've said in the past, for both of these teams. And really, Chiefs pulling away with the first map victory on Cobblestone, which actually happened to be Legacy's pick. And now, with Chiefs' pick, Legacy are leading the way of all things. So quite an interesting turn of affairs here for both teams. But the map is far from concluded. We are going to be seeing, though, not really much happening outside this round.
at all. Everything seems to be happening inside, as if these Ts really want to play towards the ramp, or possibly try and go straight through the hut. Try and get a plant on that A site. Looks like smokes and everything are coming in now. Alistair gonna peek away. Just spot out Spikes, picks up the first kill there. Lovely shots coming out. Malta and Alistair getting those two. Dizzy managing to take out Malta with that Molotov. But now Chiefs do have their one-man advantage.
Yeah, great start here for Chiefs, but Legacy, they've made their way down to the lower bomb site, but oh man, it's going to be difficult for them, as Chiefs will just take those long line engagements, and you can tell why that's going to help here in a second, as Lightstep has the AWP. He can see the bomb being planted. He can... Oh, Alistair actually spotting the AK out, and he'll get that one for free as Dioxide falls. In's getting a little bit of damage here and there. Bomb still hasn't been planted yet. In's going for the push. Gets absolutely debilitated there by Matt CD, and now 1 versus 3 situation is looking grim. Tux gets the frag onto Matt CD after losing his teammate Alistair, and now that's a 7-8 half scoreline for Legacy.
That is the 7-8 half, and I feel like if Matt had managed to flick the doors outwards, he may have sort of ever so slightly more of a chance. But in the same sense, it was a 3v1, so you don't usually expect too much coming out of that.
Yeah, so Legacy doing well to come back after, you know, a couple bad round losses, and then again, Chiefs also doing a great job of coming back into the round the match so late into the half. Despite, you know, having low economy as we saw before, they actually managed to pick up an eco win of all things. So 7-8 is the scoreline as we head into this second half, ladies and gentlemen. It looks as though it looks to be an A hit.
Yeah, trying to most likely rush this site a little bit quicker. Did work for Legacy a couple of times, but they're probably aware of it and ready to try and counter it, I suppose. In saying that, the push does come in now. Shots coming out. Alistair takes out the Oxide, throws out one. Gots picks up another. Ins takes out the Oxide, and now Gots will pick up his second for the round. But coming from heaven, Matt and I believe that might be Spike. Spike does take out Alistair, and now Gots up against Lightstep, picks up his third for the round, and that is the pistol round yet again going to Legacy.
Yeah, Gots doing a fantastic job there with the CZ75, in which we don't normally expect him to be going too huge on this team, but I mean, every little bit helps, and you can tell why. 9-7 is the scoreline here, which you can guarantee Gots has really been the instrumental player, at least in that pistol round, and now Chiefs have it all to do.
Yep, flashes, smokes, everything coming out. Spikes picks up 2 straight through the door, which had actually been blown off its hinges, and now drops down into the vents himself, gets out of there. They do have that 2-man advantage now, and Chiefs really have to work hard to pull something out here. Like Spikes actually spots out Malta, that's the one that they needed, and now In's just gonna keep peeking. Dizzy just needs to peek through the doors, doesn't get the shots off. Oh, still not taking out In's, very unlucky, but they know where this bomb is now. They should be pincering in on him, and you'd say this round's gone to Legacy.
Yeah, just look at the health windowing down, and Gots falling down there, but nevertheless, Dizzy, Matt, CD getting the respective frags, and now 10-7 being the scoreline. Man, Chiefs are on a pretty awful economy here, as I thought they were ecoing into this game, but now it looks like they're going to have to eco yet again, and now Legacy are looking to get into their stride here in this second map.
Yeah, Legacy really pulling out on this one, and they really need to, as this is the map that they can't afford to lose. Dizzy does go down straight away to Alistair. Spike's picking up Malta there. Picks himself up a nice frag. The Oxide dropping down through vents, takes out Tux. But it is still a 3-on-3. Lightstep has been spotted out up on that roof. Gots will be chasing him up. In's dropping right back down. And now, Chiefs actually have almost free reign to go down towards B site.
Yeah, what an absolutely chaotic round this has been so far. Somehow we're left in a 3 versus 3 situation here. Lightstep in that heaven, or catwalk location rather, although it looks as though Alistair and Inns are making their way towards the B bomb site, but it will not matter as Gots has that bomb control, and this is exactly what I was saying before, and how pivotal Gots has been so far, especially in this second half. Now, 2 versus 3. Chiefs really in a tough spot here with that bomb, like I said, and now they might just consider saving as Gots, again, just doing work there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he had the M4 there, which would have been a very nice weapon to save going into the next round. Which, in saying that, though, enough to probably buy up into the next round either way. So, not too much of a loss. We'll try and get some damage done here. Gets taken out by Matt. Now it's 7-11. You'd say that Chiefs really need to bring something amazing out in this first buy round.
Yeah, and you'd be absolutely right, Nutters, as we know this round is going to come of great importance to essentially both teams. For Chiefs, it's a round in which if they win, they've got themselves back into this game. And for Legacy, it's a round in which if they win, they're really going to start running away with it. And that's exactly what both teams want, respectively. So you can see here, Matt CD picking up on the AWP, and really interested to see how this round decides to pan out.
Yeah, we obviously know that most people will hold that angle from the ramp. Just trying to pick up anyone trying to rotate through. But not really much movement coming out from Chiefs at the moment. Just trying to blow out all those windows, make a lot of noise. Make room for any smokes that need to come through.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with the 1 minute time coming in here in a second, it's important that Chiefs get some map controllers. All they look to do is just throw a couple smokes, which might be their downfall here, as we can see so much utility on the Legacy side here. 2 Molotovs, 2 smokes, 3 smokes rather, a whole bunch of flashbangs. So as soon as this execute comes in, you can guarantee Legacy will be responding with the utility of their own.
Yeah, they haven't had to use much of theirs. And Lightstep getting up into position, Molotov's coming out, smoke's coming in, flash is going out, now it comes to play. Inns takes out the outside through the smoke, absolutely lovely. Can't take up another, Molten does take out Gots, Inns picks up a second, absolutely lovely. And now Matt and Spikes, the 2 remaining players, already back saving. What a play from Chiefs.
Yeah, and more specifically Inns, I mean, that double entry into the A site was absolutely pivotal, especially when they're both through smoke. So definitely playing the right sort of counter-strike there with those double frags, but Matt CD getting a consolation frag there onto Lightstep, but you can tell Chiefs will not be engaging back. They've got the round win, they've got the money, there's no need to engage here.
They don't really have to do an awful lot. Back away, save what they've got. Malta, obviously on 12 HP, needed to get out of there a little bit more than the others. Does manage to save everything that they have. Unluckily though, not able to get an AWP out of that round. So maybe, yeah, we do see another AK just being dropped instead. But Legacy with a fair buy back into it.
Yeah, and I think this is the first double AWP setup we've seen in this map, but Matt CD and Dizzy deciding to pick those up. It's important here that Chiefs really capitalize on getting that close quarters combat in which they can get those early frags like we've seen from Inns so many times in the past on this map. They're looking to pick up the pace Nutters onto this A site.
That they are now. Players coming out. Malta taking out. Got nice and early. Takes out Dioxide as well. Checking their corners. Going for this plant. Gonna just fake it real quick. Make sure nobody else is in the area. And Legacy saving already.
Yeah, and that's why this Chiefs roster is so strong in the sense that, you know, you have all these young guns such as Inns, Malta, and Alistair, along with the mixture of experienced players such as Tux and Lightstep. So you really do have the best of both worlds, and that just goes to show why this team is so strong. Inns getting a frag there, Matt CD, or Dizzy rather, trying to get away with his life, but like I said, those double entry frags really is what takes a young gun to do, and because of that, they're going to get another round win here. Actually, quite a lot of frags coming out of Legacy. I don't think Chiefs are going to be too fussed, however. Rounds and wins is all that's going to matter at this point, and we now reach an 11-9 scoreline.
Wouldn't be surprised if we do see an AWP coming out now, possibly onto Lightstep. Be interesting to see what Inns goes for the buy here.
Yeah.
Whether he just joins the rest of the team. No. Just go for those 5 AKs. It has worked for them the last couple of rounds. So, quite a lucky one there.
Yeah, what's interesting as well, I mean, is the first pause we've seen in this series, or today at all. I mean, definitely one of the more tactical pauses. I can only suspect from Legacy. You can see their economy is in an absolute shambles. Only one AWP being saved from Dizzy, and just about 2k from each of the players on Legacy. So now, if they want to get themselves back into this game, it's really going to depend on how outside is controlled. I mean, you can just see Chiefs have had full reign of it, and they've been able to split onto A, go through Secret, just be a real pest, and when they're getting away with that for free, it's just not going to make it easy for Legacy.
Most definitely not. Now, that AWP was still saved by Dizzy Life. They are bringing the on-pause back in here. Only really pistols to work with here, so these 5 AKs should have a nice quick cleanup. Possibly, depending on how that goes, they could actually bring this right the way back to an 11 all.
Yeah, it's really going to depend on this round here. I mean, I hope to see something elaborate here from Legacy, since they're such low on equipment. But as I say, that Chiefs slowing down their approach here, waiting for pushes. They know that Legacy are low on economy here, and they need to make some sort of play to get themselves back into this match.
That they do. Now, Legacy need to hold their angles, try and get the early frags on the entries as well. See if they can do a bit of damage to Chiefs. Whilst it won't do the economy too much, Ins taking out Matt absolutely lovely through the door. That's not the start that Legacy needed.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, these Chiefs players, this is definitely the way of Lightstep and Tux, in the sense that they're telling their players, just chill out, relax. We know that they're low on their economy. They're going to be trying to make plays, and really, when you have such skillful players such as Ins doing the right thing there, I mean, it's a great scenario for this team, and now all they have to do is execute and stay together.
Yep, smoke's coming in yet again. It looks like it will be another A site execute, which did work for them the first time round. Got them their first round in this half, as a matter of fact. So, Alistair actually coming through. Takes out Gots. Could actually end up being a fake if they know that the ramp is area now.
Yeah. It looks as though the bomb will make its way down to B as well. So you're quite right in this respect, Nutters. And now the clock is working down. However, the bomb will come down, and now the clock's against the counter terrace. And to be perfectly honest, if Dizzy can get away with this AWP, it's a much more favourable situation, at least heading into the next buy round.
He doesn't want to make too much noise here. Malta heard him scope in there. Does get the tag, and now he has to get out of there as fast as possible. Dizzy will get taken out. They don't save that AWP. That is a free AWP if they want it, and it looks like Chiefs don't really want to play AWP on this T side.
No, they don't even need to at this point. They're so versatile, so flexible in their playstyle, in which all you need is rifles and utility, and that's exactly what they have heading into this 22nd round. Chiefs, Legacy rather, full eco yet again, couple pistols, couple nades, but really, it's going to be an uphill struggle.
Yes, it will be. Tux going to be throwing a Molotov through, see what he can do. Lightstep actually throwing out some smoke. Doesn't know that Spike is directly behind that, and oh, there we go. Alistair pops out, takes out Dioxide. These angles. Tux actually getting taken out there by Dizzy. And now it is a 4-on-4. That's a free gun if they're able to get to it. Spikes goes down to Ins. The bomb goes down onto the ground. Dizzy has picked himself up an AK. But now 3-on-3. 2 CZs to work with.
Oh, great shot there from Ins. And now, I mean, what almost looks like a bit of a scary round for Chiefs. They've gotten control back again, thanks to the young gun Ins, in which he's done a great job here. Gets that second frag onto Got, so third rather. So great stuff from him. I was a little bit worried about what Tux was doing there, especially in the radio area, taking those peaks when you know you had full map control, especially in the bomb side. So nevertheless, they will get away with that victory. And now Matt CD with this AK, he looks to save it. Oh, great stuff from Ins there. That's a 4th frag for him as well. So you can just see why these young individuals such as Alistair and Ins is so diabolical on a team such as this.
That was very interesting to see from Ins. Just gets the shot onto him.
Yep.
I have no idea what that was. But they do take that one out. It is now 11 all. The full buy is out on both sides yet again. Chiefs really starting to dominate over Legacy. They've won the last 4 in a row, so should be able to keep this up.
Yeah, I think the most concerning thing so far, at least in this matchup, is what Legacy have to resort to. We know this is Chiefs' map pick, and we know that they have such a deep strategical strat book, I should say, rather. And now that we hit the latter stages of this match, it's going to its absolute limit. Legacy are starting to run out of things to do, and being on the CT side, that's really important that you have a lot to resort to and a lot of cards to play. But now, looks as though the execute will come in from Chiefs.
Yep, yet again, another execute. It's almost like Legacy need to play a slightly more aggressive CT side and try and stop these executes even coming in. Which Dizzy Life actually coming around towards the roof area. He's going to spot out Alistair, gets him down, and now these C's have to be aware of a push around from the back as well. Tux will go down. Yes, no. Yes, he goes down to Dizzy as well. That's now a 5-on-3. Legacy really pulling something out here.
Yeah, had Dizzy only gotten that one frag, it would have been enough. I mean, you referred to it before. Having that counter-terrorist aggression really throws a spanner in the works for the Chiefs, and you can tell, 20 seconds on the clock now. Inns does get a frag, but I'm afraid they're running out of time here. But nevertheless, Inns with an absolutely incredible headshot there. All of a sudden, what is going on here? Deoxide gets a double frag on the vent location. 10 seconds on the clock here. Malta all to do by himself. 7 HP will fall to Deoxide. And just like that, the man of the match, the man of the series, Deoxide, really pulls away with that 12th round.
That was absolutely lovely. Deoxide really showing why he's one of these top fraggers for Legacy. Pulls out that 3k and really dominates over Chiefs there. But, like we say, Chiefs right back with a full buy again.
Yeah, so as you alluded to before, Chiefs really racking up an economy, and now it's going to be round after round after round for Legacy of complete struggle. So they need to be able to show composure, show their strength. And, I mean, with Deoxide playing so well, they might just be able to do so. I mean, Deoxide hasn't even been playing Counter-Strike all that much as of late, but now, after joining this Legacy roster, he's really revitalized.
Yep, and Inns picking up 2, taken out by Spike. Spike picks up 1, traded out for Alistair there, and now a 3-on-2. Matt and Dizzy, they need to be careful here. Dizzy does peek out, gets taken out by Tux. Now Matt just needs to save this up as best he can.
Yeah, this is really concerning stuff for Legacy. They get their round. They finally get one after 5, and now they've just been set back to losing ways, and we know how much damage that does to the counter-terrorist economy. I'm not quite sure what Tux was doing there, perhaps just throwing a bit of a party smoke or something, but nevertheless, Matt CD looking to get away with his AWP. We've seen the CT safe numerous times in this area, and at the end of the day, it's rounds that get you wins here, not saves.
Yeah, but being able to save that gun into the next round, it is obviously only the 1 lost round bonus, so they do need the most they can get. And looking at the economy, they may even be forced down into an eco here. Absolute
dire straits for Legacy, and with so many rounds going the way of Chiefs, they're really running out of room here, yet they will go for the eco. Matt CD really needs to do some damage here. I actually think an outers push would be really good at this point in the match. However, that will not be the case, as Legacy seem to pick up the pace inside.
Yeah, picking it up inside. Tux having a quick look outside. There's really been nothing happening on the outside area, and it's allowed Chiefs to gain a lot of map control, getting back into the lobby.
Yeah, Matt CD with the AWP in that hut location really can't do too much since it's being such close quarters combat, but nevertheless, windows being popped there, so Alistair being well aware of Gotz's push, and this just goes back to what I was saying about how counter-terrorists need to make a play, but unfortunately, it's just the same play over and over again, and Chiefs are well aware of this. Yeah, and Matt with that AWP will be holding towards that ramp yet again, but needs the backup of his team, really. Smoke splashes, everything comes in. Deoxide gets taken out. Spikes goes with him, and now 5-on-2. Bomb goes down. You'd say this round is Chiefs. Yeah, it's almost looking like a foregone conclusion. Matt CD getting a consolation frag there with the AWP, but really, that's about as much as she will do. As oh, Dizzy does get an actual P250 frag, although Malta here getting onto Matt CD, and that's 6 grand down the drain there for Legacy. And really, this just goes back to what I was saying about not being Legacy's map pick and how Legacy might just be running out of strategies here. And really, when you bring a match to its absolute brink, strategy is all that you can depend on. And now, 13-12 the scoreline. It's looking quite dire here for Legacy.
Yes, very dire. Chiefs may actually be about to take out both maps for the night instead of only taking out their own. So this could be the worst possible start for Legacy and could put Chiefs right at the top of the table.
Yeah, it would be a phenomenal start to Chiefs' career here early on in the Acer CyberGamer Premier League. Of course, if you are just joining us, Chiefs did take out the first map on Cobblestone, which happened to be Legacy's pick of all things. So Chiefs really showing their dominance early on in this league. Now 13-12 the score on Nuke. It looks as though Chiefs might just have a chance here at getting the second map victory and a complete dominant performance.
Bike's actually going to take out Alistair there. Doing quite good. Lightstep actually getting taken up by that incendiary. Pops a shot, and now Chiefs not looking very good here at dire straits at the moment. Lightstep getting a nice pick there on Matt. Health all over the place for all of these players.
What's difficult about this so much more is that the T's have full reign and they can go where they want, and that's been displayed here so perfectly by Lightstep, by Inns, by just about every T player on the Chiefs roster. And now 14-12, there is almost no more room to make error here for Legacy, as they might just have enough to force buy into this. Matt perhaps going on a bit of a tilt by not even waiting for his in-game leader's call yet, but nevertheless a few umps, a few rifles, and really a bit of a lackluster buy if you ask me.
Yeah, very lackluster, but they don't really want to be going down to 15. They need to bring something in here. That those UMPs should come in handy against the armor, but against 4 AKs and that M4, not much can really be done.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and Chiefs just merely rounds away, a couple rounds away from victory here, and really a great start to their tournament career. But as I say that, Legacy doing the same thing over and over again, just getting aggressive in the lobby, and Chiefs, they know that they're doing this. This is so typical from them, and really, that's been some of the determining factors as to why Chiefs have been winning so many rounds over and over again. But now, it's all about this execute and how Chiefs decide to take the outside control.
Yeah, they obviously, Chiefs only need this round. We'll put them up onto the match point. So, could be close. Malta's actually going to come in first. Does take out Matt. That's one of those UMPs down, but they're going to be dropping down into the ramp here. This should be a quick play onto the B site. We'll see what happens here. They do manage to pop through. Bomb will go down from Lightstep. And now Tux goes down to Spikes. They don't know exactly where from. But Got's pushing the vents out. Will get taken out by Alistair. The offside come in here. Getting challenged by Malta. Shots going everywhere. Malta finishes him off in the end. Now Dizzy Life will be dropping down here. Takes out Inns. It is now a 3-on-2, but Legacy with a lot of work to do. No kits on them either.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit too difficult here for Legacy, but just to sort of see what Chiefs had done that round. I mean, Spikes will get that frag onto Malta, but Chiefs just showing so much variety in their T side, pushing the ramp room. There's something we haven't quite seen from them so far, and yet to whip it out on the 28th round, it really does show quite a lot of depth to their strategy. And now you can see it's paying dividends. 15-12 is the score here.
Yeah, as you can see, Chiefs have only lost 1 out of the last 9 rounds. So they're doing an amazing job so far. If they're able to take this one, even better. That is it. That is the map and the match for them. A very shaky buy here. Gots with an AK, couple of them 4s. Just trying to do the best they can. The UMP back again on Matt. All of these windows just being broken out. This is the strategy that's working for Chiefs.
Yeah, indeed. And really, it all just depends on this first pick, as we can see. A couple windows being broken out of that A main location, but Matt CD getting a little aggressive there in the radio area. Almost got the frag there, but I think this is Dizzy's chance to push here. I mean, we've talked about CT aggression and how imperative it is to throw a spanner in the works, but here comes the execute. I don't think Chiefs will commit to this, rather just use it to get a few picks, and the counter terror smokes will come in. Malta with a frag onto Spikes. Malta getting another one. That's a third for Malta, so being the absolute determining factor in this round. And now it might just be over. Dizzy gets the frag onto Tux there, and we're left in a 2 versus 3 here, Notice.
It is a 2v3 now. Malta's still up for an ace here if you really can get this. Matt and Dizzy really need to pull something just out of nowhere to get this one going. These 3 AKs up against the AK, the UMP. The retake is not on. Malta is on for this ace.
That's game.
Light Step takes that. That is the game. That is the set. That is the match. And Chiefs take this series out 2-0.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic performance being shown by Chiefs there. Great, well played by both teams. Definitely credit where credit is due there for Legacy. However, Chiefs will pull away with that. Of course, if you are just tuning in now, that was our matches for tonight. However, come back tomorrow night at 7 PM, in which we will be finishing round 1 of the Acer CyberGamer Premier League. Of course, thanks to our sponsors, Acer and Kingston, as well as HyperX, Netgear, AMD, Mwave, Plantronics, AOC, as well as Gigabyte. Come back, join us tomorrow, everyone, for Corvidae against Avant, as well as Alpha Cine versus Cypher.